Here are the items that we'll need for today's session. We're going to need 2 strips of toilet paper, a teeny tiny cup of water, stickers that were found in your OT kit, the chalkboard and a piece of chalk which were in your OT kit, and the letter F, and we might get to E. Today we're going to do the wet, dry, try method from Handwriting Without Tears. Before we start, we have a couple of things to set up. The first is we have 2 pieces of toilet paper. I want your child to crumple it up. This is something we've practiced a little bit in the last couple weeks. So we'll make one little ball, and we're going to take this other one and crumple it up. So we have one that will stay dry and one that we're going to use for the wet portion of wet, dry, try. Okay, one more setup is that we have these happy face stickers. The Handwriting Without Tears chalkboard typically has a smiley face in the top left corner. This is going to help with our first set of letters, the frog jump letters, because all of these start in the left hand corner and then they rivet back up to the top. So this is just a visual cue. You can let your child choose which color, and I also encourage your child to peel the sticker off because that is a good way to use both hands together to accomplish one thing. Okay, the first letter, we're going to do the method wet, dry, try. So we're going to do letter F. I'm going to pick up one of my tissue papers and I'm going to dip it in my little water bowl. It doesn't have to be soaking wet, but pretty wet, okay? So we're going to do the language big line down, then we ribbit back to the top, little line, little line. After we wet it, we're going to pick up our dry toilet paper, then we dry it. Big line down, ribbit, little line, little line. Okay, next we try. So you're going to try with your chalk, holding it correctly. Do big line down, ribbit, little line, little line. Okay, so now we have our nice letter F. We're going to take the wet piece again. Big line down, little line, little line. Then we'll dry it. Big line, ribbit, little line, little line. Then we try. Big line down, ribbit, little line. Ooh, little line. I'm using too much pressure. That's okay. Then we're going to get our wet one. Big line down, ribbit, little line, little line. Dry it, big line down, ribbit, little line, little line. And as you can see, as we go on, our wetting and drying leave a nice shadow to promote the proper formation. After we do this, I would challenge you to do at least 4 times with each one, wetting, drying, and trying. Then we can move forward and use the piece of paper with a pencil. Same thing as before with the chalk. We want to hold it with our thumb, pointer, and middle fingers, or if the chalk is teeny tiny, we could do just thumb and pointer with a nice open web space. Okay, so same thing with our letters on paper. I need to scoot it over. We're going to try to stay in the shadow box. So we start at our starting dot, big line down, ribbit, little line, little line. 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 And when you get to this one with our nice line on the bottom, we're going to try to bump that bottom line. Big line down, ribbit, little line, little line. And encourage your child to say the way we form it with you. If they can say it in their heads, they can coach themselves through the letter formation for a period of time. Then when you get to this last one, there's no starting dot, but we want to see if your child can remember how to start the letter. So we always start at the top. We're going to form it. We bump the bottom line, ribbit, little line, little line. If we formed it correctly, we're going to give them a nice check mark, and that is how we do our letter F.